everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the In Charge series, which is something that I'm going to be running throughout June and the beginning of July. First things first, I need to apologise very quickly. I totally bailed on YouTube. I panicked. I didn't think I was any good. I didn't think I had anything to talk about. I started a podcast. Love the podcast. If you haven't seen the podcast, go check the podcast out. But basically, I got a little distracted, a little frightened, and I kind of gave up on gave up on videos. I'm really sorry, and people have been really, really sweet, and I actually would like to start them again. So I thought this would be a really cool way to kickstart the YouTube channel again. Welcome back. Thanks for coming back if you have, and if you've given up on me, then you won't be watching this, so it doesn't matter. So for everyone that did come back, thank you. So, right, why is this the In Charge series, and what can you expect? So, quite excited. I have spent the last 2 years, I had a really bad haircut. No, it wasn't a bad haircut, but I had a fringe and now I'm trying to grow it out. I have spent the last 2 years of my life, which is a fairly sizable chunk of my almost 23 years, writing a book, which is unbelievably crazy. I can't believe it, someone pinched me. It's called Can I Speak to Someone in Charge? And it's kind of taking the blog theme and it's kind of looking at life and being like, babe, what the fuck? Like, why is society so flipping shit to women? So I have it with me. I haven't got an actual book yet. Like, I haven't got a printed copy, but I've got sort of the mock-up. I mean, it is a book, but I've just not got one yet. Like, it's gone to print, but I haven't seen anyone. Also, I just looked down. I'm really happy the camera's finishing here. I'm about to start sweating, and I know vloggers and stuff are supposed to be like super duper pretty and great at makeup. It's so hot, and it's pretty normal me, and pretty normally I'm having to film with the windows closed because it's really loud outside because hello London, and it's fucking hot, and I've got a ring light, so I'm like sweating, and my skirt's ridden up, so basically look like I'm just sitting here in my pants, so sorry that I'm coming to just my pants. Anyway, back to the book. This is what it looks like at the minute. You can see the ring light on the reflect. Why do we take that's clever, Em. For you guys who haven't seen it on social media, that is the front cover. There is no back cover on this yet because it is just the proof thing. But this is the front cover. That's my face, which thank God I'm kind of getting immune to seeing it. Because I am seeing it everywhere, but it's got my name on it, and it's kind of looking at all the things that I am discussing. It takes a few of them for the front cover, so Dear Body Hair, Dear Boys, Dear Topshop, Dear Feminism, Dear Friends, Dear Hollywood, Dear School, Dear Makeup, Dear No More Page 3, Dear Inspiration, Dear Online Trolls, and Dear Gluten. There are actually loads more chapters in there. I think there's like 25 or 30 chapters, so this is just kind of like a few cherry-picked for the cover to give you an idea of what you can expect. So what the In Charge series is, hashtag In Charge, which is this video thing, is going to be a series of 8 videos between now and the book launch. I've just seen a packet of chocolate buttons on the floor and all my dreams have come true. Oh man, they're just like winking at me. Also, obviously not sponsored by Diet Coke, because I wish I was sponsored by Diet Coke, but obviously now here I am with like a tiny amount of subscribers, but I just fancy the Diet Coke because it's really hot. So I'm gonna drink this. The In Charge series, sorry I'm rambling, you can tell I'm nervous, I haven't been here in a while. So the In Charge series is going to be, like I say, come on in, you've done this bit. The next 8 weeks, I was gonna say 80, no, the next 8 weeks talking about kind of little bits of each chapter, and I'm going to start today by talking about body hair, because body hair is something that we all got and something that most of us fucking hate. So there is, if I haven't been specific, the book is the collection of open letters. So I did actually write a letter to my body hair. Like, the title in the chapter is Dear Body Hair, which was great fun to write because I just imagined talking to my pubes. As I was writing it, I was like, can you imagine my pubes reading this? I was like, anyway, so that was quite fun. So it's kind of looking at all areas. So I just thought I'd actually just kind of briefly talk about the topic. Like, this video is a body hair video, and you can kind of see where I'm at with body hair, and if you like where I'm at with body hair, then you might be interested in buying the book or reading the book or coming back next week to see what else I'm going to be shouting about. So, body hair, what do we think? What do we think? I wish I was wearing a short sleeve and I could show you all my hairy bits. Not because I'm taking a big stance on feminism or the right not to shave, simply because I epilate, and I left my epilator in a hotel room. And actually, a side note, this has nothing to do with the book, and everyone at Simon Schuster's gonna be watching this going, talk about the fucking book, Em. I went for a friend's wedding a couple of weeks ago in Wolverhampton, and that's irrelevant, I don't know why I'm telling you that, but I took my epilator so I could do a quick ow, 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 just before the party, which is foolish because it just leaves like red bubbles. Anyway, left it there, and I keep ringing the hotel being like, do you have my epilator? And they're like, no, no one's found it. And I'm like, that means someone has found it and they've stolen it, which is a really odd thing to steal because it's secondhand. So anyway, that's why I'm just getting hairy by the minute, and it's like 70 quid for a new one, and get fucked if I'm gonna spend, I only bought this one like 3 weeks ago. So I haven't got a razor anymore, because in my big, bold, I'm gonna start epilating move, I threw away all of my razors. So now I'm just getting really hairy. Lol. So body hair, what do I think about it? Well, apart from the fact I obviously don't give a shit because I am growing fur as we speak, the whole thing makes me really bloody angry. I mean, the fact that I have been shaving my legs and plucking my eyebrows and shaving my underarms and feeling like I gotta sort out my fanny for however long drives me up the flipping wall, because men just don't deal with this shit. And I know a lot of people are like, well, it kind of is your choice. And I'm like, well, it's kind of not. Take my holiday, for example. So I am a blonde person. This is obviously not natural, but naturally I am quite fair-haired. You can see on my arm, I mean, this is a really cheap shit camera, so you probably can't, but it's blonde, fuzzy hair. I'm really lucky. I'm hairy, don't get me wrong, but I'm not particularly like, you know, like gorilla-like. It's all quite blonde. I need a sip of this. It's so hot. I'm sorry. Sorry. So I look like the guy in the adverts. You know, those Diet Coke adverts we used to watch. With the hot man. Anyway, yeah, so I've never shaved my thighs. I didn't know shaving your thighs was a thing. Like, it's never crossed my mind to do. I've done my legs, like my shins, and I normally forget to do the back because who's got the time, but I do the front of my shins, and then I do my underarms. If I'm going on holiday, I will do a bikini wax, and any other time I can be bothered, but if I'm gonna be honest, that's a whole fucking thing in itself, isn't it? And then, yeah, underarms, and then I do my eyebrows, although not very well recently. But I haven't shaved my thighs before because it's blonde hair, and I just didn't really know that was a thing. Like, I didn't know people shaved their thighs. And then I put a photo on Instagram because, you know, hashtag blogger life, and a guy commented being like, those thighs could do with a scrape. I was like, ugh, like, shut up. But it got me, I was really shamed. I was like, oh my God, should I have been shaving my thighs? Because the thing is as women, I believe, we feel like we have to shave or wax, or we have to remove our body hair. I think there's this sort of, I'm gonna have a hiccup because I just drank a Coke. Excuse me, that was more of a burp than a hiccup, but I did internalize it. But I think there's like this huge flipping pressure to have clean shaven everything. Porn didn't bloody well help. You know, celebrities, you know, we always want to scream like, well, think about Julia Roberts. She went down the red carpet with Harry Pitts once, and I'm like, bitch, no one's let Julia Roberts forget that. Like, I swear to God, she's like the gerbil girl, because everyone remembers the time she didn't shave her armpits. You know, like people like Paris Jackson taking a huge stand now, which is so great. But the thing is we're still massively focused on the fact they've decided not to shave. Like, you know, news, like the Daily Mail is still covering it, blogs like mine are celebrating her, and that's really cool that we're celebrating, but all it actually highlights is the fact that there is still a massive expectation on women not to have body hair. So I know a lot of people are like, you don't have to do it, and I'm like, look, I'm sorry, you do. You don't have to, but you do feel like you have to. That, we can't get away from that. And I think there's a lot of negative sort of associations with body hair, that you're lesbian, that's what a lot of people say, which pisses the fucking life out of me, that you're a feminist, which is so annoying, because yes, of course you're a bloody feminist, because you want equality, so it doesn't matter what hair you have where, that you don't care, that you have lots of cats, you know, there's all these huge stereotypes, that you're a bloke, that you're on testosterone. There's huge stereotypes that come with being hairy that are so annoying, that does make it something that a lot of women are very scared to fight. So we sort of just want an easy life, you know what I mean? Like, I sort of just, I don't know what, but I get if I've got hairy armpits, I get self-conscious, I feel the need to apologise immediately. I go out and I'm like, I'm really sorry, don't look at me, or I cook because I wear something like this even though I'm so hot today. And that is just something that we are expected to do, and I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's fair, but I am saying it is a thing, and I'm sorry, but it just is. We are expected to do it, and it drives me mad. And kind of the chapter does look a lot at that expectation that we have, which is a huge expectation. But also just thinking about like a hypothetical scenario. Like, I want to look at the idea of a bikini wax or your pubes, if you want to call them that, which you should, because that's what they are, your pubic hair. I think we are expected, we've always been expected because of porn and what men think they want because of what they're seeing in the movies, that we should have no body hair at all there. You know, we should be like the last turkey in the shop with a nicely plucked vagina. However, although as the Eva pill have taught me, vulva, like pubic area, the vagina is the inside bit, so that can't be hairy, but that's semantics really. We are expected to have, you know, nothing. And I tell you what, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Men don't care that much. Like, they think they do. Don't get me wrong, they really, really think they do. But when they get there, you know, like they've been courting you, they've been wine and dining you, they've got you naked, they're like, oh my God, they're not gonna look at your vagina and go, no, I'm out. I use the analogy in the book, right? If a man likes you, or a woman, but this is mostly kind of the man thing, takes you out for dinner, and they don't like your coat, they're not gonna go, whoa girl, sorry, you've got this wrong, I'm no longer interested, that's a horrible jacket, I'm out of here. What they'll probably do instead is think internally, I wouldn't have chosen that jacket, and then moment's gone because all of a sudden they're with you and you're fabulous and you're eating food together and everything's great and everything's happy. That is actually realistically what's going to go through their head. Now, let's take the coat analogy and apply it to your pubic area. They're going to get you home and they'll probably look at your vagina jacket, if you like, and go internally, okay, and then that's that. And then you're going to crack on and do what makes them happy and makes you happy, and you're going to be very happy together. Men don't care that much. They're not going to see pubic hair and run and not stop running until they've got so far away, and then they're not going to put it on Facebook and be like, oh my God, did you know Clarkson's got pubes? And then everyone's going to comment and be like, ew, that's not going to happen. That's never happened. And if it does happen, that guy's a fucking douche and you never want to see him again because it's your vagina. So that is something that I looked at in the book. Just so you know where I'm at with my body hair, I mean, apart from the fact I've got an abundance of it at the moment, I do what I like with my body. I don't go for very regular waxes of my vagina because it is fucking, I keep saying vagina, but bikini, you know, that area, because it's very expensive. It's £40 a month, and you get ingrowing hairs, and epilating's sodding painful, and it's a huge faff. Equally, I don't do this every morning because you get the razor rash, or you get the this, or you've got to wait. I mean, you just don't do it every day. If I'm going out somewhere and I want to have my legs out, I burped, I'm so sorry, I will probably shave them. Equally, if I want to be waving my arms around, I feel more comfortable when I have a shaved armpit. If I'm sitting on the bikini, I'm not going to be sitting on a bikini. If I'm sitting in a bikini, again, I would be much more comfortable if I had that done. But everything I do is for me, and I think everything that you do to your body hair should be for you. So, although I get very angry at body hair in this little book of mine, I actually can't blame it, because it's our attitude towards body hair that stinks rather than the actual stuff itself, because at the end of the day it is just a pube and it can't hear me and it can't help it. So it is society's problem, and we gotta talk about it, you know? We gotta be able to grow our armpit hair down to our waist and plait it if we want, but that's not going to happen until we start being okay with it. So that was a little overview of my view on pubic hair, well, yes, but also body hair more in general. So you can read more about that. More ridiculous analogies, such as the coat one, are featured in that chapter. It's like chapter number 4 or something, I'm not sure, but if you buy the book you can find it. What I'm going to be doing is, like I say, cherry picking a little topic from the book each week for the next 8 weeks, so that you kind of know what you can expect if you were to very kindly buy my book. The link for it, the Amazon pre-order, is now in the description. So it's coming out super duper soon. If you want to pre-order it, please do. I would love to hear from you. I'm sorry that I've been so absent on YouTube, but please accept my apology and enjoy the In Charge series. I've loved being back. I've loved doing episode 1, and I don't think I'm ever going to go away again, because I just feel so hot under this light and I'm so happy. So I'm going to go have a cold shower, finish my Diet Coke, and I will be back next week with episode 2 of, no wait, hang on, episode 2 of the hashtag, I mean, why haven't I got 4 hands, of the hashtag In Charge series. It's called In Charge because I thought it was really clever, because can I speak to someone? In Charge, hashtag In Charge. I mean, I've got a hashtag, what am I like? What am I like? Oh lads, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you all, and I just, I'm in a really happy place. So, anyway, yeah guys, please subscribe. That's a big one. Please subscribe, and I promise I'll get much more regular with my content. Sorry for being shit. So much love, and take care, and I was going to salute you. I'll do that. And enjoy the sunshine. Mwah, mwah, mwah.